crowd here, and I was talking backstage to these beautiful people who made it all possible for us. And they said this age group is majorly between 20 and 30. So let's make it a little bit engaging in the beginning so you know the context of what I'm going to say. I can't speak in Bangla. I wish I could. The communication would have been better, but doesn't matter. The world created a language called English. How many of you between 20 and 30? Raise your hand. Let's get it active. Super. All right. Now, when I ask you a question, I want you to be quick. I only have 12 minutes. We need answers, right? What is giving? Quickly. Young minds are supposed to think fast. What is giving? Giving. Stand up and speak because I can't see you. Sharing. Joy. Yeah? All right. Let me tell you one thing. You've heard about people who've given all their wealth, all they have, everything. Have you heard of people who've given away for charities, for communities, for betterment of society? Yes, they have. Then there are people who've given themselves to societies. Have you heard of such people? They've given themselves to societies, right? They are part of the societies we are in. They go, they contribute, and they make the change. And then there are some people who go, who give, but we don't know about them. That doesn't stop them from giving. Have we heard, known, ever heard of such people? Right. I don't belong to any of these categories. Don't get mistaken. None of this. I am like each one of you. But then what is giving to me? Right? When I sit down and reflect now, every single day, the question I ask myself is what is giving? Giving at a personal level, giving as part of the conglomerate that I represent, giving as part of the communities that all of us in this region are. What does it mean to me? And it takes me back to September 2002. My sister, I was traveling in a train from one part, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to take the liberties. I was traveling from Orissa to Andhra Pradesh where I lived. I'm in a train, my sister calls, and she says her daughter is unwell. She has fever, come to Hyderabad. And I'm like, what the hell? What is wrong with you? Why would I just now continue travel just because your daughter has fever? I'm not going to do that. I get off at the station. My husband tells me, Shruti has fever, go to Hyderabad. And I'm like, what is going on with these people? And then I ask, my sister's daughter, my niece, has had a kidney failure. She's 17, 16 going to be 17. She's had a kidney failure. So I land up in Hyderabad and the entire journey begins. We discover, right? We discover that it's going to now need dialysis. I discover that it's going to need complex medical attention and eventually a dialysis. So like I told you earlier, I'm neither of these categories. We didn't have the money. So we reached out. We knocked every single door that we could. And we said, how can we get help? How are we going to get across this? And it's difficult when you go and ask. Help doesn't come. And when it comes, help comes with terms and conditions. On 10th February 2003, I decided to transcend from these terms and conditions of giving. I said, I will give my kidney. And then it's not easy to give your kidney. Let me not be humble about it. Because when I said I will give my kidney, it was not easy. You had to go through tests. Where is the money? So we reached out to people and said, we need help. And our own people, we call them family, came with these terms and conditions, bits and pieces, which could not help us meet our aim. So we reached out to someone we thought was not family, and help came without terms and conditions, mind you. Friends, colleagues, doctors, nurses, paramedics, everybody helped, and they had no terms and conditions. The surgery was performed on 10th February 2003 in Mumbai. I was able to successfully give a part of my body. That was the first lesson of my life. The first lesson of my life is when you give, do not put terms and conditions. Give because you can give. Give because you have to give. Give because you must give. Because if you don't give, you will only take. The moment you remove give from your life, you only take. And that's the first change of thought process that ever occurred to me in my life. Back in that time, we are sitting 20 years apart, mind you, boys and girls. I'm sitting in 2023 today. I did not know giving will take a different meaning, a different format, and a different sort of form that it is in today. Fast forward time, I joined Boeing in 2014, and corporate social responsibility became a part of my job. What do I do? How do I represent my own passion, my own desire, my own want to go and give to the expectations of a conglomerate which wants to give to the communities, which wants to add purpose to the communities? I did not know what, honestly speaking, educated people do with money. The grants, the applications, the permissions, approvals. I had no idea. So what do? I said, let me take a plunge. I jumped into it and I traveled across India. When I say traveled across India, I traveled to the very rural parts of India. And I'll give you an example of a village called Faint in Madhubani district of Bihar. And I went to that village and I said, okay, what is it that this community wants? And people came up to me. This village doesn't have a school, this doesn't have a well, this doesn't have this doesn't have that. The girls in that village came up to me and they said, ma'am, we don't have toilets in our homes. Okay? We all know, just imagine the most beautiful home without a toilet, you know what it means, right? And we need toilets. And they started telling me what it is to not have a toilet in their homes. It is to go out, for a girl particularly, and defecate in the open when it's hot, when it is cold, when it is raining, when she has periods, when she is unwell, when her parents are unwell, when her grandparents are unwell. Add to the shadow of everybody who is prying on this girl because her own dignity is out there in the open. And so we together decide that we are going to build individual home toilets in this village. Things changed. These very girls wrote handwritten notes to me because they decorated their toilets, they put garlands on it, and they did a ribbon cutting ceremony on these toilets. 10 years from now, people are celebrating toilets in communities. My approach was, don't go and solve your problem with the communities. Go to the community, understand what they need, and give them a solution to the problem they have. Giving a solution to a problem they have is far better received, far more sustainable, far more long lasting, and far more satisfying. Solve a problem they have because they are reaching out to you just because they are not able to solve that problem. And when you do, change happens and it creates a multiplier effect. Another incident of a school that we support in Bangalore. The school is for young boys and girls who have nothing. Okay, and I don't want to go into the details of what young children in our communities, in our region suffer. I think all over the world suffer when they have nothing. We're not even getting into that. And these children, the first hope of their life is entry into that school, because somebody, even by mistake, just put them in this school, and that became a game changer of their life. So you think of any kind of abuse a child has gone through, but start engaging with them when they are 6, 7, or 8, and they'll start telling you what has actually happened to them, right? And then you go and engage with these children and you tell them, look, we cannot change what happened to you or what happened with you or what is happening in your surroundings. But what we can change is what happens from now onwards. That change is what is going to make life look different from today. Now listen to these girls and boys, and I'm not excluding boys because they also go through a tough time. What do you want is a very powerful question. So you ask them, what do you want? And children will give you awesome answers. Some will say, I want to learn dance. Somebody will say, I want to play volleyball. And somebody will say, I want to play basketball. And you make that choice to say, okay, we all collectively agree that you will get dancing lessons, you will get lessons in music, you will get sports equipment, you will get a STEM lab, you will get the best of the teachers, and we will invest in your future. What do you think happens? If you like dancing and your mom said, yeah, I'm going to put you in a dancing class. If you like singing and your mom said, yeah, let's go get you in a singing class, you will take it for granted. Don't give me an answer, oh yeah, it'll be nice. No, it won't be. You'll take it for granted. These kids did not take that opportunity for granted because they made the best out of that opportunity. They took it and they said, from here on, I'm going to look at life differently, because either I take this opportunity or I don't take this opportunity. Because if I take the opportunity, life will be on a different trajectory. Several of these children are performing at a national and an international level. Just last week, 8 children from this very school, have qualified for the World Championship of Unicycling to be held in Minnesota in 2024. What inspires me to invest in the future of children? I was having a conversation with my son-in-law in the aircraft today, and I said, what inspires me is my 2 daughters. Because when they were growing up, I really wanted them to do whatever they could do. I really wanted them to be highly educated. I really wanted them to know the power of education. I really wanted them to know the power of choices they make, because that is what will define what life looks like. They've grown up, and now I have the opportunity to invest in the same thing, in the hope that children in our communities can see from what we do. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm grateful.